So basically, we had to change the way we designed buildings and really just ask ourselves every design decision we were making, how does this affect energy consumption? And having the data to kind of see where the energy was going in a building was great, but then also recognizing that with any kind of building system, whether it's ICF or whatever, you want to maximize the qualities, the good qualities of that product or that system. And so it's not just taking a school that we would normally design and just make it out of ICF. It's saying, how do you design differently to maximize the insulating value or the thermal mass? And so what we started doing is looking at how do we make the building more compact. Now, we're not cutting square footage because we still have to have the same number of classrooms and the gym has to be that big. But what we started looking at is when we started putting these pieces together, there is ways you can design the building to have less contact with the environment. And whether that's the perimeter wall or the roof, the idea is to make that as compact as possible. And so energy savings is part of that, but also the cost of construction is part of that too, because if now I have 1,500 linear feet of wall instead of 3,000, well, that costs less to build, both in labor and material. And so it becomes kind of this snowball effect as you start looking at all the systems in the building and how do you maximize that. And then as the architect, how do you wrap your head around all of those things and design a building that has the momentum to save energy instead of use energy? And so if you're keeping that at the front of everything that you're doing, decision making wise, then you can start to see the results of that. Because the idea of cutting a building's energy consumption by 75%, that's pretty dramatic, but that's what it was going to take. Because when we did the very first zero energy school, now today solar energy, not only is it a lot cheaper, but it's more efficient. But just to give you an idea, on the very first building we were looking at, if we had not cut energy consumption, we would have been looking at a solar array that would have taken the equivalent of 3 football fields and an enormous amount of money as well. So when we looked at energy reduction, so zero energy is just a subtraction problem first, because we don't want the largest solar array, we want the smallest to balance out the energy costs. So we were able to do the first one with the roof covered in solar, and then we had one parking area. We had a parking structure that had solar panels on it. So we were able to do that on the site we had very compactly. Now in this school, it's more efficient because we've kept the numbers going down. And so we can actually contain the entire solar array on the roof of this building. We don't need any parking structures at all. And we certainly don't need football fields.
Thanks for watching. What did you think of the video? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts, and don't forget to give us a like. Are you interested in seeing more content like this? Hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all our videos, and we'll see you next time.